Hey guys, today I'm going to be talking about the devil's hole pupfish, and my name is Christian Gouveia. So just a little bit of background information about the devil's hole pupfish. It is considered one of the rarest fish in the world. It was discovered in 1930 by a man named Joseph H. Wells. They can only be found in one location, which is a small cave called Devil's Hole in Ash Meadows National Wildlife Refuge in Nevada, where the temperature of the water stays between 91 to 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Devil's hole pupfish has a bright silvery blue body in the shape of a goldfish. The length of the devil's hole pupfish is between 0.9 to 1.7 inches. It feeds mostly on algae that grows on the limestone shelf and on small invertebrates within the cave. The offspring reaches maturity between the age of 8 and 10 weeks old, and the devil's hole pupfish can only live between 6 to 12 months. So why should we aquaculture the devil's hole pupfish? The devil's hole pupfish has been living isolated in one particular location for more than 20,000 years and has lived longer than any other species of fish in Death Valley. It could possibly increase tourism by introducing never-before-seen species in aquariums. It can determine if the farming of this species will be able to increase its lifespan through the use of antibiotics, which could also be used among other common cultured fish. And aquaculture will determine what makes the devil's hole pupfish tolerant to oxygen and how other species of fish are able to use this adaptation to survive. So this is how I would perform an aquaculture operation regarding the devil's hole pupfish. So in order for an aquaculture operation regarding the devil's hole pupfish to be a success, it has to have a similar water temperature that would fit its needs, which is between 91 to 93 degrees Fahrenheit. Crossbreeding the devil's hole pupfish with other species of pupfish, such as the desert pupfish, to increase its population. And by collecting devil's hole pupfish and move them to larger open bodies of water with similar temperatures, but to keep them in a confined space for monitoring purposes, such as the images on the right. So these are some of the challenges regarding the devil's hole pupfish in aquaculture. The devil's hole pupfish is only located in one area on Earth, and there are not many of them inside of Devil's Hole. The capturing of the devil's hole pupfish is a challenge of its own, as air temperatures can reach a high of 134 degrees Fahrenheit during the day in Death Valley. Devil's hole pupfish has a short life cycle, and considering that there's very few of them, every day studying the devil's hole pupfish is valuable in obtaining information. And the devil's hole pupfish needs to be in an environment where the water temperature is between 91 to 93 degrees Fahrenheit. So ecophysiological mechanism of the pupfish. The species can show rapid changes in morphology and behavior, but the phenotypic changes have barely been studied. One study focuses on how food availability and temperature impact the morphology of the devil's hole pupfish. Groups of pupfish with low, medium, and high growth rates were created by regulating food rations. Results showed that pupfish with low growth had larger heads and eyes with smaller body depth and a reduction in pelvic fin development. The research will also allow us to understand the morphology of species similar to devil's hole pupfish. The second study that I chose was enhancing hatch rate and survival of a hybrid devil's hole pupfish. The effectiveness of 4 antibiotics in increasing hatch rate, larval survival, and adult survival was examined in a project in Arizona. The 4 chemicals were applied to incubating eggs or larvae. The hatch rate had doubled by incubation with the presence of one of those antibiotics. Enhanced survival was noticed among devil's hole pupfish using the antibiotics. An increase in devil's hole pupfish aquaculture operations can also increase population numbers, and devil's hole pupfish operations regarding the successful use of antibiotic uses can possibly have other projects conduct studies on other species as well. So the final study is on the microbiome and its role in paradoxical anaerobism. So to further support the need of aquaculture of the devil's hole pupfish, a recent study was conducted to determine if gut microbiomes have an important role in regulating metabolic strategies. The results had determined that the use of antibiotics in the devil's hole pupfish led to an increased time in paradoxical anaerobism. The researchers had speculated that Cetobacterium, which is a primary fermenter, is able to consume ethanol through secondary fermentation and regulates a transition from a paradoxical anaerobism to aerobic respiration in fish. The study can be conducted on species of fish that have similar attributes to the devil's hole pupfish. So my conclusion, the devil's hole pupfish is one of the most unique animals that can be studied in aquaculture operations. If we were able to aquaculture the devil's hole pupfish, then other species of fish that thrive in severe environments can be cultured as well. Further study of microbiomes of different species of fish that are in aquaculture operations can increase understandings of adaptability and other species similar to the devil's hole pupfish. And the aquaculture of the double-soul pupfish will also allow us to have a better understanding of the morphology of a fish that is able to survive extreme environments. And here are my works cited. Thank you.